Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we're going to talk getting started with Warhammer 40,000 boarding patrols, and today we're once again taking a look at the Drukhari, but today we're looking at a raiding party force, a mixed force of Drukhari. Now in this video we're going to go through mustering a boarding patrol and take a look at the rules adaptations for this as well. We'll then take a look at some units we recommend to get started with for your raiding party, and then look at some other units to expand upon after those first couple of initial purchases. After this, we'll show you a little sample army list of 500 points, the standard size game for boarding patrols in Warhammer 40k, to hopefully give you some inspiration for starting your own boarding patrol force for the Drukhari. And so, to get started with mustering a boarding patrol, all Cabal units or Witch Cult and whole Homunculus Coven units must be from the same Cabal, Witch Cult, and Homunculus Coven. This just means, you can't mix. If you have got named characters, you have to go with that particular subfaction that you're bringing into the army, which is really cool. And yeah, on top of this, you can include one fast attack slot, so long as it's a Clawed Fiend or Chimera unit. You can include this unit in your army, even though you can't normally include a Beastmaster because it has a fly keyword. And then you can include a Court of the Archon, so long as that court includes exactly one Lamid, one Medusa, one Slith, or one Urgul. You can't upgrade any models in your army to have a Lords of Cormorant upgrade, and units cannot have the Agile Hunter's Cult Obsession. And so, rules adaptation wise, if your Drukhari boarding patrol contains one Cabalite Warriors, one Witches, and one Rax unit, then all units, excluding Blades for hire, unless otherwise specified, in that detachment gain the relevant Cult Obsession. And if your Warlord is an Archon model, its Overlord ability is replayed with a Raid Mastermind, where while a friendly Real Space Raider core unit is within 6 inch, each time an attack is made by a model in that unit, you can reroll a hit roll of 1. So this just gives you, rerolls from your Archon to pretty much all your units in your force. Now, while on the battlefield, Mandrake models won't have the Fade Away ability. Drukhari Beast units can't operate hatchway actions, and the Beast of the Arena ability does not apply. The Speed of the Kill Obsession cannot allow you to make your advance roll larger than a 6, and models with the Acrobatic Display Obsession cannot use this obsession to move through walls or closed hatchways. And now, if we're looking at where to get started, obviously this all focuses around having an Archon as our leader. Archons are pretty solid: weapon skill, ballistic skill 2+, strength and toughness 3, generically low, like you would expect from Eldari, 5 wounds, 5 attacks, and a 4-up base save. It's got a few cool different weapon options. A particular favourite of mine is the Husk Blade for -2 AP damage 2. Now, remembering his Overlord ability is gone, so he just provides it to friendly raid units, which is really cool. And the Shadow Field, he'll have a 2-up invulnerable save until he fails it, at which point the invulnerable save disappears forever. Now, we then have joining him some Cabalite Warriors. These are the first of the 3 units we're going to need to include to really get the most out of this particular army list. So, the Cabalite Warriors have a couple of different weapon options. They can choose to take heavy weapons in either the Splinter Cannon, which I think is probably my preferred of the 2. They can also take a Dark Lance for a nice, really strong, powerful weapon that's heavy 1. You've also got Shredders and Blasters in there. Blasters, are a lot more useful. If you want a high strength weapon, I'd go them over the Dark Lance, thinking as they are assault, not heavy. And then your Sybarite as well can choose to have like a Power Sword, an Agonizer, can have a Phantasm Grenade Launcher for some mortal wound potential. And all in all, just a nice general sort of baseline unit that's got, a bit of shooting and can bring a little bit of combat to the table. And so, where to go after that? The first of the 2 other troop choices we need to bring in are the Witch Cults. If you've got a unit of 10 of these models, then you can take one of each: a Hydra Gauntlet, which will give you +2 strength, -2 AP, damage 1 with an extra attack each time the bearer fights with it. You can choose to get a Razor Flail in there for a -1 AP, damage 1, and each time an attack's made with a weapon, you can make 2 hit rolls instead of 1. And then the Sharded Impaler, -2 AP, damage 2, and the use of strength to get an additional attack, but you also get +1 to your rolls on the No Escape rule, which stops enemies being able to fall back against you. The unit also has a 6-up invulnerable save, which turns into a 4-up in melee, which is really nice for boarding patrols. And you've got a variety of different shooting weapons available and combat weapons available to your Hecatrix, which is the unit's leader, along with a Phantasm Grenade Launcher in addition to all that, which can provide a nice little bit of mortal wound damage. 3 attacks base per model makes this unit really, really fun to take in combat. Now, Racks are the Homunculus Coven unit we need to bring to the table. You can have a variety of different weapon options put onto your Racks unit leader, which is called an Akathist. You can also choose to have Ossifactor or Liquefier guns in there, 1 per every 5 in the unit. This is either going to be a nice -3 AP damage to poison 2+ weapon, or an Assault D6 Flamer with -2 AP. Now, if we're looking at Racks as well, they're also going to bring in the Insensible to Pain rule, where each time a model in this unit would lose a rule, on a D6 roll of a 5+, the wound's not lost as well, which is really nice. Other units to consider bringing in, first of all, are the Incubi. Incubi definitely bring a nice little bit of power. A close combat dedicated unit. Claves are +2 strength, -3 AP, damage 2. Great for taking out enemy Space Marines. 3 attacks per model, and wound rolls of a 6 on their claves will allow them to do +1 damage from the Clavex, which is really cool. And then the Tormentor's rule as well will allow you to potentially make enemy units fight last. Mandrakes are the last unit I want to talk about, another Blades for Hire unit you can bring to the table. Mandrakes can do some mortal wounds at range with their Bale Blast. They're also -1 to hit and have an invulnerable save of 5+, make them a really fun unit to bring to the table. And so here we have our sample army list. Now, of course, we've got 3 obsessions in this force because we've got to pick all of them. Now, the first one is going to be the obsession first for power, which is from Cabal of the Black Heart. The Power of Pain ability counts as 1 turn higher than what it would normally be. Now, if we're also adding +1 to our leadership, and we can reroll a hit roll when resolving our attacks with 1 model from our units. Pretty cool. Now, we've then got the, first of all, which is going to be the Witches upgrade. We've gone for Cold Strife, fight first in the fight phase, along with adding 1 to our charge rolls. And then for the Homunculus, we've gone Cold of the 12 for +1 AP and the ability to shoot while performing actions. Our Archon has then got a Huskblade and Blast Pistol. We then have 3 units. First of these is 10 Cabalite Warriors. The Sybarite has an Agonizer Blast Pistol and Phantasm Grenade Launcher. Meanwhile, we've got Splinter Cannon and Shredder in there. The Racks with their Akathist has a Scissor Hand and Stinger Pistol. And then we've also got the Liquefier Gun and Ossifactor in a 10 model unit. Witches, we've got all the upgrades available to the unit with the Shardnet and Impaler, Razor Flails and Hydra Gauntlets. And our Hecatrix has a Phantasm Grenade Launcher and Splinter Pistol along with a Hecatari Blade. The other unit we've added into the force is a unit of 5 Mandrakes, rounding out our force at 27 power level, 500 points on the nose. If you've been playing with the Drukhari at all in Warhammer 40k, especially in boarding patrols, if you play with these mixed style lists, let us know your thoughts of them. Let us know your ideas down in the comments below. And so that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And if you did enjoy the video and you want to say something, leave us a comment down below and let us know what you thought. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our great little community here at Cinderful Gaming, we have a Discord server linked down in the video's description. Also down there in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel if you'd like to do so. You can either grab yourself some merch via our Teespring or Ko-fi stores, which are linked down there, or our Patreon and YouTube members where you can help support the channel, get yourself a shout out, and indeed if you're a YouTube member as well, get yourself some cool emotes to use in our live discussions or indeed on your comments on YouTube. As a special thank you to all our Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons, Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lowe, Outer Shot First, Andrew Bowen, The Rising 8, Q Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Iron Grinch, Nicholas Conomos, Colorblind Magic, and Daniel Etherington. And to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lockloric, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariane Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weir, James South, James Tillman, and Dylan Areno. And lastly, a special thanks to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you see here for the channel, and to everyone who helps run our Discord server, all our mods, you're fantastic, and everyone who makes it a great place in there as well, and indeed to everyone who helps come and do the battle reports, and to all our sponsors on the channel as well. Thank you all once again for watching, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.